Hey everyone, welcome to Heavy Tones, the channel all about going low and heavy with guitar. And in this video, I want to take a look at going low with program bass to accompany your guitars in your productions. In particular in this video, I'm going to look at EuroBass done by Submission Audio and how I incorporate this into my songs for some low tunings. First off, I'm going to do a playthrough of a song. I've got my guitar tuned to an alternative drop F sharp tuning. I'll put that tuning on the screen here. And then what I've done is I've programmed in a bass to accompany this guitar that's an octave lower. So it's in F sharp 0. Now it's really hard getting good clarity with a bass this low, and that's really where this EuroBass really comes in handy. So I'm going to play through the song, you can take a listen to the bass, and then after that we're going to go into detail and look at the plugin and how I've used it in my production. And just one more thing before the playthrough, if you like this channel and what you're seeing, please subscribe to the channel, I'd highly appreciate it, and click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos. So let's take a quick look here. So I'm using Logic and I've got EuroBass loaded up here. Let's take a look at the plugin. This is EuroBass. It's quite simple. You can change your volume, your width. So if you want it more narrow or more wide, then you can add in some string noise if you just want sort of that humanization element into your productions, and the same with some muting. And then you do have a selection of different key switches, and these are assigned to different MIDI notes. I'm using articulation sets in Logic to switch between articulations, but mainly I'm just using the pick mode, and then I think I've used some of the dead mute and the harmonic mute. I'll show you that quickly. And then also you've got different presets. You've got a clean, a DI, distortion, a wide clean, a wide DI, and then wide distortion. For this, I'm actually just using the DI signal, and then I'm using an Ampeg SVT amp emulation to add the sort of distortion tone to this plugin, and it really works out quite well. So I'm just going to play the track first without the bass, and then I'll talk about the bass and add that in, and you can see the difference it makes. So here's the track. Now watch over here when I add in the bass. Really giving that low end. Without it. And then in again. So I wanted a bass to get lower, an octave lower than what I'm playing on my guitars. And in the guitars, I'm in F sharp or an alternative F sharp drop tuning like the Architect. And if I just had a standard scale bass, I'd really battle to get that low. I could play in the same octave, but I really want that extra low end. And I don't have the money for a Dingwall at the moment, so I've settled for EuroBass as a plugin and have programmed in the part. So if you just take a look at the MIDI here, it's actually quite simple. It's just following the notes that I'm playing on guitar, but an octave lower. And if I just scroll over, you can hear that tone. So before, if I just solo this bass, this is the DI signal. And then I've used STL Tone Hub, an instance of the SVT preset over here. This is adding in sort of drive. And then on the EQ, I've done a slight boost in the low end and another little bump over here. and just cut out the lows at around about 40 hertz. And then with articulation switching, in Logic, they've got this very cool system over here where you can create your own articulation set and change between the different articulations. So if I just select all of these and change them to dead mute, and then harmonic mute, and then do something weird like slide ups. So you've got all this extra articulations to add more realism to your bass performance. But I've just used the pick articulation for all the bass notes here. But if you really wanted some extra detail, you could use these. Maybe you want to sort of slide in or slide up from a note, then you can switch between these articulations. So just check how you set up the articulation switching in your relative DAW. But I must say, I'm just really super happy with the tone that I've got from this plugin. It saves me having to try play in a real bass, and it gets that extra low end, especially in this section over here. So let me just play this back again. So when it kicks into the section over here, if I had to shift those MIDI notes up a whole octave, so it's playing at the same octave as the guitars, you can hear it's not really that great. Now shift it down. So really giving a lot more low impacts with low tuned guitars. So if you're looking for something that can accompany your low tuned guitars and you don't have a Dingwall or a bass with a longer scale to tune down that low, definitely look at a plugin like this with EuroBass, where you can go really low. It has a great sound to it, and you can either process it with the patches that are included in the plugin. So you've got a DI, a clean, and a distortion sound. Or like you saw what I've done, I've used Tone Hub and used an amp emulation of the Ampeg SVT and have processed it or reamped it that way. So I'd highly recommend this plugin if you're looking for a virtual bass instrument that has a great tone and that's easy to program in your audio software. Great stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and now you can see the benefit of using a bass instrument like EuroBass in your productions to get really low bass to accompany your guitars. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to be notified of future videos. I'll catch you in the next video where we'll get into more content on heavy low tune guitars and productions. Catch you in the next one.